Take a bunch of photos with your camera. Go to the movies with your best friend's boyfriend. All while your grandma's comatose. That's yeet. You don't know what I do for you people. Anyway, hello there, CriterioNate here, doing new songs, writing more lyrics than I never thought I'd ever do. When you don't have enough lyrics, when you don't have enough syllables in the title of your movie to do the proper theme that you've always been doing for whenever you started singing songs. Number 339, Edward Yang's Yee Yee, a 1 and a 2, which is a really dumbass title. I don't know what the hell that means, but anyway, God, this movie's long. 2,173 minutes, color stereo Mandarin, yeah, we haven't seen that language in a while, blah, blah, blah. So, God, jeez, yeah, this is an epic, and I thought Kurosawa did long movies. So, I don't know half of what happened in this movie. It was good. I thought it was really, really good and really well made and told a fantastic story. The characters were just a trip and a half. I think at least the three main characters. We have three main characters. There's NJ, Yang Yang, and Ting Ting. I think, yeah. So NJ is the father. Who is a computer engineer who's trying to land this deal with, like this Japanese producer named Ota, and the two of them kind of strike up a friendship, and because he's Mandarin Chinese and Ota is Japanese, they speak in English. They actually throughout the movie they end up speaking in English together. And while he takes a trip with him to meet him, and while he's there, I guess he finds out that his old love, an old girlfriend of his, Sherry, is working for him, I think, and so they end up spending the whole day together, and he ends up falling for her all over again, and yeah. Meanwhile, while his wife's away, his wife Min Min is at a Buddhist retreat in Chicago, I think. Yeah, so and I don't think we actually see her. I don't know if we actually see her until the very end of the movie. But anyway, yeah. So she's out. So NJ, deals with falling in love with his old girlfriend again, and also striking up a friendship with this Japanese man, and dealing with his brother his brother-in-law who married this young starlet girl who's pregnant, and I guess he ends up like inviting his old girlfriend to a party, and like the whole thing falls into shambles because of it. And yeah, it's that storyline I didn't really understand, the brother-in-law storyline, but that's not the most integral part of the story. I think the kids. There's Yang Yang, who's a little boy who gets a camera, and I think at the wedding of NJ's brother-in-law and his wife, he gets a camera, and at first he doesn't know how to use it, but then he slowly starts to just take photos of everything. He's a very curious boy. He asks a lot of questions, yeah, he plays with water a lot. His teacher mistakes balloons he got at the party for a condom. Yeah, he at one point ends up filling a water balloon and hitting it with his teacher, and yeah, so he's a very mischievous boy, but at the same time he's just one of those kids that you can't take your eyes off when he's on the screen, because you wonder what he's gonna do. You feel like he's the answer to everything, and yeah, so and then there's also Ting Ting, who's NJ's daughter, Yang Yang's sister. Ting Ting lives next door, has her best friend, Lily, I think, lives next door to them, or in the same apartment complex. And Lily's been having trouble fighting with her boyfriend, who's nicknamed Fatty. And so when they're fighting, Ting Ting ends up like being like a letter, kind of like a go-between, delivering letters and all that. And they end up and I guess Fatty ends up falling for Ting Ting, and Ting Ting kind of starts falling for Fatty, and they end up going to see a movie together, and they end up kissing, and I think at one point they end up going to a hotel room, and he ends up for some reason, I'm assuming, I mean, it's easy to think, wow, you know, because they're so young. I think Ting Ting's only supposed to be 13 in the movie, or maybe 16. I wasn't quite sure about the age, but yeah, I think the actress. I think I read that the actress was 13 at the time. So there's that friction there. But it turns out apparently Fatty ends up murdering someone. Ting Ting's brought into the police station because apparently Fatty is a murder suspect, or actually he's committed a crime or something. And that part I was like, wait, what? I really felt like I missed something. And it's easy for me to lose track when the movie's so long, so forgive me for that. If I'm missing something, please help me explain it. I tried looking up some synopsises to see if I could figure out exactly what I missed after the movie was over, but I couldn't find much about it online, so yeah, if you guys know what I'm talking about, and feel free to explain it in the comments down there, you know. Yeah, and that's basically it. So anyway, yeah, so at early in the movie, I guess their grandmother, NJ's mother-in-law, ends up falling and breaking her, like hitting her head, and ends up slipping into a coma. They take her home, and they keep her in their house, and they talk to her, and they try to keep her together. And however, at the end of the movie, she ends up dying, and Yang Yang has this beautiful speech that he delivers, and it's the last thing at the end of the speech, and he talks about how he feels old because of her, or something like that, and he realizes that everyone is old or something, and he doesn't feel young. You know, he feels very wise or something. I don't remember. I can't quote it exactly. And there's also. I mean, I'm just thinking about quotable dialogue. There's also a great section with I think it's Ting Ting and Fatty talking about movies, and how movies. So they're talking about how movies are supposed to replicate life. And Ting Ting has the brilliant line, why waste time watching movies when you could just live life, you know, or something like that. And I thought that was like, hey, that's the scene that Criterion saw and said, hey, we're putting this movie in our collection, you know. Well, no, apparently this movie did do like really well. It won a lot of awards, so there's that too. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, obviously the big thing that people notice that it starts with the wedding and ends with a funeral, you know. It's sort of a kind of circle of life kind of thing. And yeah, so anyway, this is our first movie with Yang. I don't know if this is I have no clue who he was. I'm not even sure if we have any more movies with Edward Yang in the Criterion Collection, because he's done quite a few. Well, he did quite a few. He passed away actually in 2007. But I don't. About a year after this movie was put out on DVD. Let's see. I'm just curious now. Any more Edward Yang? Oh, we do have one more. Oh yeah, A Brighter Summer Day. Yeah, that's right. Number 804 that just came out a couple of months ago. Earlier this year, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, so that one is out, and that will be in 5 years probably. And yeah, so anyway, that's that. And okay, so what else? So anyway, the plot was really confusing. I thought there were a lot of questions that needed to be answered, but unlike A Nos Amor, I'd rather watch this, and it's easier to watch this again, and it's something that you can enjoy watching again to figure out the answer. Whereas I Know Some More just doesn't have that at all, you know. You don't really care what the answer is, in all honesty. Whereas with Yi Yi, it's enjoyable, and yeah. So anyway, that's all I have to say about Yi Yi. Edward Yang told a fantastic story. Again, running time does bog it down a bit. There aren't. That being said, I can't think of too many scenes that are extraneous. In fact, a lot of the scenes that people would maybe find extraneous, I really enjoyed, such as the scene where Ota plays piano at the piano bar and sings Sukiyaki, and I thought that was really fun. And the bartender ends up saying to NJ, you know, he's really good. You should bring him more often because we're not doing well. I thought that was a really neat little scene. Yeah, so again, there's a lot of missing because it's almost 3 hours long. So that's all I have to say about Yi Yi. I wouldn't mind seeing this again. I don't know if probably not gonna buy it, but I thought it was really good. Again, I think Joe has this movie. I'm gonna ask him how he feels about it if he's seen it. That is. Yes, Yi Yi, give it an A-. A-. Yeah. Again, the movie was a bit long for my tastes, and the plot lost me a bit, but overall, it's still a fantastical thing. So, A-. Yeah, Yi. And what else? There's a video interview with Tony Raines, which is just another white dude talking about the new Taiwan cinema movement. Talking about there's back in the 40s, there wasn't really not just like, why couldn't they get Edward Yang to talk about this movie? Get the director to talk. He is on the commentary, but maybe he didn't want to be on camera. Maybe there's that. And yeah, the U.S. trailer, which lavishes it like always, because heaven forbid we watch a movie and just go see it based on what we see. No, we have to read a bunch of thoughts on it. So anyway, that's all there is. Obviously it's a long movie, so you can't really fit too many supplements. But they could have put another disc, but no, it's one disc. Look, there's a one disc. So anyway, Yi Yi, A-, cool stuff. I'd recommend checking it at least once if you have the time. So that's it for today. Tomorrow, Coco, a talking gorilla. And then Thursday, Canterbury Tale, Powell and Pressburger back at it again. And next week, the Romare 6 Moral Tales. And, yeah, so that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Oh, gosh. For a movie this long, there should be a lot of morals. Don't date killers. Don't go to hotels with your best friend's boyfriend. Don't bring balloons to school because your teachers will probably think they're condoms. What else? That's about it. Yeah, those are good ones. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for Coco. And until then, goodbye.